Hi, Rabbi Rudin here with a very quick snippet of Torah. So many times we open the scroll of the Torah, people are confused. Reading, what is this? We know we call it the five books of the Torah. We call it also Chumash, which comes from the Hebrew word Chamesh, which means five. Chumash, Chamesh, Torah, the five books. So what are the five books, and what's it all about? So it's basically the first book is called Genesis. Genesis in Hebrew, Bereshit, Bereshit, and it simply tells us how the world got to be the way it is, both the good, the bad, the ugly. It's kind of like a quick start owner's manual. The world is beautiful. There are certain problems. Things need to be fixed around here. The second book is called Exodus, Shemot, Exodus, and it is basically introducing the Jewish people. We are the ones who were sent by God to help effect repairs in this world. Genesis, Exodus, and how do we affect those repairs in the world? That is the third book, which is kind of the owner's manual for planet Earth, and we call it Leviticus. So Exodus is the second book, Leviticus is the third book. At Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. Leviticus in Hebrew is Vayikra, which means God called, as in who are you going to call? The Jewish people. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. Now, number 4 is the troubleshooting manual, and that is called Numbers. Numbers, it's not a digital book. It talks about censuses, and it basically is stories of cautionary tales about mistakes that we made, the Jewish people made on our journeys. And so it kind of helps us to avoid making the same mistakes, like don't do this because such and such happened. And the main thing is basically stick together, love each other, stay in touch, do good work. That's kind of it. But it's fascinating reading, so don't skip it. So that's the fourth book, Numbers. So first book, Genesis, second book, Exodus, third book, Leviticus, fourth book, Numbers. And then, of course, you need a book that kind of rounds it all out, ties it all together, and sort of like the back jacket flap. And that is called Deuteronomy, Devarim, which literally means the words. And these are the last words of Moses, which he spoke in the plains of Moab to the Jewish people, kind of recapitulating all the entire content of all the 4 books that came first. So once again, you're holding that Sefer Torah, that Torah scroll, otherwise known as Chumash, sometimes called by the Greek word for 5, Pentateuch, and it contains the origins of the world and the source of where things kind of got a little bit messed up. That is Genesis, Bereshit, introducing the Jewish people, Exodus, Shemot, number 3, the operating manual for the earth, Leviticus, Vayikra, number 4, troubleshooting, that is Bamidbar or Numbers, and number 5, a one-book summary of everything that came before, Devarim or Deuteronomy. So now you know, those are the 5 books, and from the values, stories, narratives, traditions that are in those 5 books emerges all of Jewish life. So let's get reading. Enjoy. I hope you found this informative and amusing. Take care. All the best.